On this episode, we discuss the government shutdown, the war on the drug cartels, the evil of the post office, the joys of fentanyl, the evolution of mixed martial arts, drones attacking the police, when, if ever, it's appropriate to throw a knife in combat, and much more. Truly a War Week Friday. Okay, let's go.
Conflict, politics, military-industrial complex, technology, war. The Flash Traffic Podcast.
Nobody cares about the shutdown. Nobody cares about government workers. Talked about the U.S. Postal Service. Do you want to talk about some numbers? Since we're
they provide a very
some
quality, fine service to the American
public.
They
do. They're great. The U.S. Postal Service, every time I go in there, I'm thinking, this is, my letter or package is definitely going to get there. It's going to get there on time, and nothing's going to go wrong because they're government servants.
They did their job better than you did your job in your government position.
Yes, I'm sure they did. In 2022, Congress passed a $107 billion bailout package for the United States Postal Service. Of that $107 billion, $57 billion just went to pay debts because they were that far in the red. And then $50 billion was for the next 10 years to try to keep them out of the red. They also borrowed an additional $8.6 billion during COVID just because they're the Postal Service.
They have to charge more. They got to charge more for packages.
They got to charge more. Or they got to make more profit.
Everything's gone up.
Right.
The wealth inflation trap. Everything in the U.S. is very expensive, incredible inflation. We can't stop it. We can't figure out how to stop it. All we do is contribute to it. You and me and everybody. You need to start paying $5 a stamp.
They're losing $10 billion a year, whereas UPS profit of almost $10 billion a year.
Because they charge more.
Well, that's not how supply and demand works. You charge more, you have less demand. If you have less demand for your product, you make less profit. They must be doing something right because it's capitalism.
They charge
not a government agency. So what do you mean? So UPS, it's more expensive to do FedEx and UPS.
Yes,
of course it is.
Everyone knows that.
Because
that's why they're profitable, because they charge more.
And why do they get any business at all if they charge more?
Because meat rockets like you, I need it sent there in 2 days, and I'll pay $11 for it. Yeah, meat rockets like you. I want to make sure it gets
there at all.
Yeah. I don't generally care when my mail gets there. It's snail mail. I got it. It used to be by Stagecoach. Okay. So if you want to pay more for everything right now, just in time mail, go ahead. It's going to cost you more.
Some people's correspondence is more important. But think of all the crap. Can you deny that there's a bunch of garbage that gets delivered to your house every day that the U.S. government and the U.S. government taxpayers, the U.S. taxpayers are subsidizing that junk mail?
Like all the mail.
Oh, you don't get any junk mail in your mailbox. 99% of everything that comes in the U.S. Postal Service is complete garbage junk mail, literally junk mail.
If we could save money.
All of it. And we're subsidizing
If we could save money, I would stop junk mail. I would have a junk mail law. I don't want your advertising garbage in my mailbox. Pass a law, dude. I'll support it. Stop junk mail. If it's not a business or a relative sending me a piece of mail intentionally, I don't want it.
99% of the things that show, probably more than that show up in your mailbox. No one can deny this. You can just go out to your mailbox right now and look in it, and there's the proof. That's all garbage that the U.S. taxpayer is subsidizing the transport from the printer to your house. Why are we paying for that?
I even get that here at my single wide trailer that I live in.
Why are we subsidizing Anderson Windows to send me
Don't do it
every single day
Stop junk
A
mail.
letter.
So that's one thing. So for sure,
Stop the U.S. Postal Service.
private. Yeah, that's nonsense by you.
There we go.
But again, that's about par for the course for you.
If if you want,
but
if you're happy
FedEx
with paying
doesn't
for
send
this junk mail,
right? FedEx doesn't send junk mail, right? Because you have to pay for it.
Well, Anderson Windows would have to pay to have FedEx send you a stupid flyer every single day.
They won't.
No, why would they when they can have the government and the taxpayer subsidize their junk mail for them?
Okay, so our deep intellectual discussion here has come to the conclusion that we should outlaw sending junk mail. Okay.
How are you going to prove it's junk mail? That's advertising.
As advertising is by definition junk mail. Cut it out right now.
And then what is the United States Postal Service going to deliver? Then they would
letters
make
from your
profit.
grandmother. Letters.
Really? How many of those?
How are they making a profit at all if they're subsidized? They're not making a profit off of.
They're not making a profit. They're losing $10 billion a year.
So stop junk mail. Next slide.
It's okay. Let's stop the U.S. Postal Service because that's all they send is junk mail because it's subsidized. Okay, let's move on. War Week Friday.
Thank God.
We are the Flash Traffic Podcast is at war with the United States Postal Service. So it's War Week Friday. So yeah, I don't feel bad about talking bad about the U.S. Postal Service. Okay, let's look at this. Let's get to real stuff. Real war weaving from the New York Times today above the fold. Quote, Trump determined the U.S. is now in a war with drug cartels. Congress is told. End quote. So the administration has alerted Congress that we are now in a war with a terrorist organization, which is the drug cartels of Venezuela.
So drug cartels or Venezuela specifically? Drug
cartels. Unlawful combatants.
In general.
Well, the ones that originate in Venezuela.
So that's what I asked. Is this Venezuela specific or drug cartels writ large?
Venezuela specific. Let me read you the verbiage.
So that's not that's nonsense. That's nonsensical.
Let me find it here. Yeah, maybe it doesn't mention Venezuela, but that's the implication. It doesn't have the exact. Can
anyone articulate the Trump administration's made up beef with Venezuela? I mean, have you found anything? I've talked to people who are Latin American specialists who spent their career in Latin America. I'm like, dude, what is Trump's made up beef with Venezuela? Nobody said. He said, I have no idea. I'm like, dude, you're a Latin American specialist. You still go there. He says, I have. He says, dude, I have no idea. Well, so what is it?
Trump's first term. Look, I'm not a specialist either. I just remember Trump's first term. He was trying.
But you were an astronaut.
He was trying to overturn Maduro with I can't remember the guy's name. We had a candidate that we were putting up, and then that fell through. And maybe he's just
such is life.
Butt sore about that.
So you think personal vendetta?
Business, I guess
personal vendetta,
sure,
not the best interests of our country.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. I mean, all of Ukraine.
There would be many times where he doesn't make decisions based on the best interests of the U.S.
For the first 8 months of his term, and probably, into the foreseeable future, Ukraine was a personal vendetta. I really believe that.
Right. So
I believe that everything, all his policy decisions on Ukraine and his pro-Russian stance was just a personal vendetta against Zelensky for his impeachment.
So having the emotional maturity of a 6-year-old with a wet diaper, that's the level of international policy making the Trump administration makes.
That's what we're left with.
A 6-year-old with a wet diaper.
We're left with internet memes and AI generated videos. I've been trolling his Truth Social site and looking at his posts and just unhinged stuff.
Unhinged, nut job, demented clown.
I'm not gonna play it on the podcast because I don't want to.
There's too many. There's like 20 a day of unhinged nut job clownery. Every day.
He's really gotten into the AI generated stuff now.
Well,
stuff
not him
from him.
personally.
Stuff.
Not him
Well,
personally. He eats a
he's posting
double
it.
cheeseburger all day. He's got a staff
He's
that
posting
posts
it.
this for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't post anything. He got
But
professional staff.
getting back to our impending war with the country of Venezuela.
That no one knows why. Completely made up. It's a vendetta by the 6-year-old with a wet diaper who's the president.
Yeah.
Is there anything I said that's inaccurate?
No, that's completely accurate. Factually correct. He is 6 years old and he does have a wet diaper. So we prefer the facts here on this podcast. Factually correct. The problem, or if it is a problem, when Bush, second Bush, had a war with Al Qaeda, the Supreme Court ruled that yes, you can have a war with a non-state faction, and by extension, the drug cartels are, according to the Trump administration, terrorist organizations, and so we are at war with terrorists who drive boats and deliver fentanyl.
Venezuela.
Maybe. I mean, I can see a slippery slope here where we
really?
are at war with Panama.
Oh, really?
Mexico,
and
Guatemala,
Colombia, and Bolivia,
parts of Colombia,
and Afghanistan. And you want to talk about the Opium Triangle? You want to talk about Laos, Thailand, Burma,
a trailer park in Oklahoma City where they're making meth still. Who makes meth? They're still making meth in Oklahoma. I mean, get with the times, man. Come on.
So this is selective. This is drugs. Just like a lot of things that the Trump administration does. No comprehensive strategy. No thought put into this.
Have you ever done fentanyl? Have you ever done fentanyl? Have you? No, it's amazing. I've done it. When I had
that answers a couple of questions, Tony. I've been having about you for a couple of years. That answers several of my questions.
My mountain biking accident when I broke all my ribs in my back and I punctured my lung in 2 places. They gave me fentanyl, just straight up fentanyl IV, and I understand why people get addicted to that. It's amazing.
It did something to your brain, bro, and you might want to work on it.
The one, maybe like 10 doses of fentanyl. You think that ruined my brain forever?
Let's talk offline.
I don't think so. Luckily, okay. I'm not predisposed to being addicted to fentanyl. Because if I genetically was, I'd be in trouble right now.
All the fentanyl addicts are stumbling around Colorado Springs downtown in some of the very nice parks they have there because I've seen them.
I've started to see. I think it's fentanyl where they do that weird thing where they can't control their abdominal muscles, so they're standing. Yeah. I don't remember what it's called, but they're standing upright, but they can't control their abdominal and back muscles, so they're bending over. And I can't like the fentanyl lean or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of that. But I started to see people in Colorado Springs now that I'm like, oh my God, there's one doing the lean thing.
I saw that last year. I like Colorado Springs. I like Colorado. It's a beautiful state. Colorado Springs is a nice town. Nice restaurants. I like it. It's picturesque. And then you go, like I used to go to this coffee shop. I think it was maybe like a record store in it. It's some weird thing. But anyways, I get a coffee, I get a bagel. It's right at one of the Central Park in Colorado Springs. I'll have a cup of coffee. I walk around. I like to walk around towns. And then, just like Tucson, you got this mentally ill, drug addicted, homeless population. Where you're like, how do you deal with it with these broken humans who are bumbling and stumbling around your beautiful town? And you want to take your girlfriend or wife out on a date there? You want your young kids walking around there? That's a problem.
You
It's
can't fix
everywhere.
it. I mean,
It's everywhere.
it's just like that guy that stabbed the Ukrainian
Oh, jeez.
refugee on the train. Oh, did you see the video? We will obviously will not show the video. I saw the video. It is terrible. It is terrible. Yeah, he was mentally ill.
I carry this every day.
To stab refugees? What?
To
That's terrible.
stab someone stabbing refugees. A lot of people, you talk about guns, whatever. I don't carry a gun. I don't want to carry a gun. I concealed carry for 20 years. I don't want to do it anymore. There's a lot of complications go with it.
It is
a simple
pain in the ass
folding knife with a clip that you can carry on yourself. It is legal in every state. You don't have to worry about shooting somebody.
What's the legal length? 2.5 inches? What is the legal?
I think it's like 2 3/4 inches for federal purposes. Like this, like they say, usually you measure it against a dollar bill, and if it's that length or less, you can carry it in a federal facility. Having said that, yeah, different states have different laws. This is under 3-inch blade, but I'm just saying for personal security. Also, I take a Aikido knife fighting class for several years now, or whatever. But hey, personal defense.
Is that Steven Seagal? Is that
Steven Seagal made Aikido famous, and he is the most well-known and expert practitioner of it. And even in Japan, when he taught in Japan, if you wanted to learn the highest level of Aikido, you went to Seagal school. A white guy from, I think, California, American, Westerner. It must have been a slap in the face to the Japanese who created the art. That's who you went to.
Well, who invented jiu-jitsu? Was it the Brazilians? Because they perfected it.
No, right. Jiu-jitsu's been around for a minute. It's a Japanese art, but it was not the style that you know today. It's been westernized. It's the jiu-jitsu you see today is nothing like the original. Even like you talk like no-gi jiu-jitsu, that is gone so far past what the original creators had. It's not even recognizable.
Do you think practitioners of karate make fun of Aikido?
Sure they do.
Do you think
Sure, but however, I would say
hierarchy? Is there a hierarchy of martial arts where
every martial arts think theirs is the best? They think theirs is the best.
I feel like some of them are not as good as others, you know?
So I'll say one thing that Seagal, he's a fat slob now. He's a fat slob. He's a Russian citizen.
Apologist. Yes.
Yeah, he supports the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Not even an apologist. He's Russian.
He's a propagandist.
He's basically a Russian guy.
Yeah, Seagal has turned into an asshat. Having said that, in his prime, what he did is he made Aikido an offensive art. Aikido is generally defensive. If you want to learn weapons disarming and weapons defense and stuff like that, you study Aikido. That's what it's designed for. But he flipped it and made it an offensive art, where he's like, I'm not just going to defend myself or disarm you. He's like, I am going to straight fuck you up in an offensive manner. And Steven Seagal's 6'4". He's a tall dude. Japanese people are generally shorter, and his hands were huge. Like, put like two of my hands together. That's like his one hand. His hands are massive.
Like 10 of Donald Trump's hands.
Correct. Easily. When he grabs you.
Just to get the math.
Like usually with him, like sparring with you, if he grabs you, you're done.
How do you know this? Did you spar with Steven Seagal?
I'll watch videos of him. Back in the day, when he grabs you, his hand, and I do Aikido now, when he grabs you, his hands are so big and strong, you're done. The fact that he got a hold of you meant you just lost. And then he would straight fuck you up in an aggressive manner. We're talking, breaking your fingers, dislocating your wrist, breaking your elbow, twisting your arm off the elbow, using lower bones. You want to talk about dislocating shoulders. Like, you get into some of the nasty parts of Aikido. He made it aggressive. And there's this move where you go past a punch, the guy's coming towards you, and you come up over him, and you basically slam them flat on their back. Because he was so tall, he could come down on you and come over you and come down. And just had this tremendous angle where he's basically taking your feet out from under you and slamming you flat on your back. If you're on like a concrete floor, that could be lethal. Parking lot,
you sound
sidewalk.
like a Steven Seagal fanboy.
So before
you sound like a secret Steven Seagal.
So, but this is understanding the art. Well, you probably do Tai Chi or some shit. Anyways, so But this is
Tai
Seagal in
Chi,
his
I think Tai Chi
prime.
ranks above
Tai Chi's legit,
Aikido.
but Seagal in his prime was legit. He's now a fat Teletubby, and he would probably have a heart attack if he
But
even
have you
sparred someone for a minute.
have you seen these bullshit videos of Steven Seagal doing Aikido where he just like 10 guys rush at him?
Oh, it's made up.
He just
you talking the newer videos. You're talking the newer videos.
Can I just pull up a video of this?
So, but you got to differentiate between when he was legit.
Oh, sure, not in his prime now,
right? And practicing his art. So he does a movie every year, dude. He does a direct to like DVD or online movie every year. Most of his fights now are just the hands coming at the camera, and that's like all you see. You don't actually see him move because he can't, and he would have a heart attack. So it's just like, and you're like, oh damn, bro, that guy's so legit and fast. I'm like, one movie he actually did a fight scene on a revolving chair, like a stool, where he never even stood up. And he just like, his hands just moved like really fast for like 30 seconds, and the guy got like his ass kicked. And I'm like, that's pathetic, bro. You're pathetic.
Let's watch a video.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
go to, this is him in his prime.
Oh, okay.
So this is not fat Steven Seagal. This is
let's see prime Seagal. Oh, this is back in the day. This got to be back in the day, dude.
He just grabs his wrist
lock. But now he's twisting your lower arm off your elbow. No, dude, he's still fat. This isn't that new.
Okay. Well, he's not as fat as he is now.
No, his hair looks okay. Okay, this was back in the day.
No, this is back in the day. Look, none of these guys are throwing punches or kicks or trying to do a double leg takedown. So
Aikido is its own certain style.
If you're fighting a guy who doesn't want to punch you, kick you, or take you down,
he just did his over the top.
Then this is very effective. This is very effective against people who just want to walk at you grimacingly. Oh, I'm gonna come walk at you. Okay, then I'll grab you.
If he can grab your hand, you're done. Make no mistake. Now, he trained with MMA guys. MMA guys thought he was legit. Like Anderson Silva supposedly like learned his front snap kick from Seagal, and I think he'll admit to it. And he knocked someone out with a front snap kick.
Look, he was a badass back in the day.
Aikido's its own art. Aikido's its own style. Judo has its own style. A Krav Maga has its own style. Every art has its own style, and it's suitable for certain things. It may not be suitable for everything.
What do you think of Krav Maga? What do you think?
Well, I'll just say, if Seagal did grab your wrist or your hands, you were done. Just accept that. You can punch, do all your thing, but if he actually grabbed your hand or wrist, he was going to break your arm, wrist, fingers, shoulder, something. Understand that was going to happen.
Joe Rogan was explaining this to one of his guests, that even him, if you come up against someone who is well trained and very high in their
Joe Rogan
high
is
level,
well trained.
Well, he said if he were to fight MMA guys, he would not have a chance at all. There was nothing he could do.
Joe Rogan or
martial
Seagal?
Artist? Joe Rogan said there's nothing Joe Rogan could do.
And Joe Rogan trains
very trained
in jiu-jitsu and MMA, and he was strong.
Yeah, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he was a taekwondo national champion or something like that. So, but he said basically you can't do anything about it. I mean, hopefully you have a knife or a gun, if that happens. What do you think about Krav Maga? I used to do that a little bit. It's kind of fun.
It's Aikido-ish. I think it's a lot. I've never taken it. I've watched guys do it. There's a lot of weapon takeaways and self-defense moves, and Aikido's like that as well. But people will compare this to MMA. Krav Maga is not an MMA art. There was a dude in the first couple UFCs who said he was a Krav Maga expert. I think it was a Marty Horenstein. Dude got his ass kicked twice. You're like, hey, dude, do your Krav Maga shit. And you can't with a guy who's fast and moving and juking and jabbing and double leg. Yep. But same with Aikido. Aikido isn't going to match up well against that style either. It's got its strengths and weaknesses. Understand what they are.
Look,
you got to cross train.
Okay, we got to go to this video. It's the video of the first UFC 1.
This is
Just real
war
quick,
weaving like
let's
a
check it out.
mofo today.
We're
Let's
doing
do
whatever
it.
we want.
Let's
we
do
we can do whatever we want. I don't care.
Oh, that's a French savant.
Look at
guy.
this. Yeah, you could have in the first UFCs, you could basically do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
And you could also, they had all these different styles because back then they didn't realize that, look, you know,
MMA is now a hybrid.
that there were standard fighting that is the best.
That
Jiu-jitsu on the ground, Muay Thai stand up, a little bit of dirty boxing.
He's a savant guy, I think. French. Oh, the Netherlands. My bad.
And then this guy,
okay, we got to see
this. Sumo wrestler.
Yeah, this
maybe
dude's just
sumo,
like, this dude's like, there's nothing you can do to me. Like,
they tried to bring in all different martial arts.
I like it.
Taekwondo, karate. They had jiu-jitsu guys. I think Gracie won it like for 5 years in a row because jiu-jitsu was just
because people didn't understand it. So let's watch this.
Nobody had any idea. Yeah. So let's see this guy. Let's see what happens. Let's kind of fast forward until they're actually fighting. And see.
I don't think the fight doesn't take that long.
Okay, this guy looks like a sumo boxer or something. Oh, so he's going wrestling.
He fell. Oh, right there, he's done.
Okay,
lost a tooth.
Yeah. Well, that was quick.
I think he lost a tooth when he kicked him in the mouth.
Anyway, maybe not the best video. I just kind of pulled that up.
Actually, that's one of the iconic ones of original UFC.
But it was just, there was no weight classes, there was no rules, and they wanted to get a representative sample of all the martial arts. And what happened is over 5 years, it all filtered down to what we just said: jiu-jitsu on the ground, Muay Thai stand-up.
Wrestling's legit. Greco-Roman wrestlers did well. People who combined like wrestling with boxing did well. But you also found when it comes to this high level of violence where like you can't run away, like you got to fight each other, a lot of the martial arts were bullshit. Karate, you don't see anyone doing like karate style. It didn't work. Taekwondo, I took Taekwondo. Taekwondo doesn't work. Do a leg kick. Right. Do a good strong leg kick, but move on. That doesn't get you anything. Kung Fu. You had guys like Keith Hackney who did like, I'm a Kung Fu practitioner. Well, show me, dude. Show me how Kung Fu fucks a dude up when you're really trying to go at it. Kung Fu didn't work either. Aikido doesn't work. Krav Maga doesn't work. You get these moves that are powerful and simple and basic. And that's what you're most likely going to survive with.
And none of it,
knockdown, drag-out fight.
I shouldn't say none of it. A lot of it does not translate to the streets or the battlefield because there are objects. Well, just there's objects and environments and things out there. You do not want to be rolling on the ground trying to get a rear naked choke on a guy when 3 of his buddies are standing around you about to kick you right in the face and knock you out for good. Throwing a kick on the street. Have you ever tried to do that? Have you ever tried to just throw
low kick?
Have you ever tried to throw any kick on a sidewalk? If there's not gravel that's going to send you right to your ass, you have tennis shoes. If you're lucky against concrete, you're not going to be able to do shit. Yeah, low kick is the best. Maybe a blocking kick where you kind of push into them. I mean, the rules have changed.
Now, it is interesting. Some people think that, don't you in the military learn martial arts? Or you're in special forces.
Yeah, close
you must do
combat.
A lot of martial. You do martial arts. No, you don't. The military doesn't train you in martial arts. I know at one point they got to Army combative system based on jiu-jitsu. I think the military should teach something. I think special operations should, but they're like, we don't have time, dude. All the stuff we got to do, either you do it on your own or because it takes so much time. It takes so many thousands of hours to get good at it.
And it's a probability based theory. What is the probability you will be in some kind of non-armed hand-to-hand combat with some hostile entity?
1/10 of 1%.
Like almost never.
Almost never.
You're never, like even a knife fight where you're rolling around with a knife fight. Or
no.
Now, that being said, I did have a coworker that was in Iraq, and he was in a building, and he got jumped, and it was on the ground,
That could happen.
jujitsu, instant. He said it happened in an instant. He was clearing a building. A dude jumped out of a closet or some weird shit, jumped on him. It went straight to the ground, and he pulled out his boot knife and removed the guy's brain with a knife, something like that. But that's how
So
he
he
got out of
cut
it.
through his skull and okay.
No, he just stabbed the guy. I mean, that's how he survived. But for a while there, he said they were rolling. They were just jujitsu rolling, trying
And
to get an advantage.
when you have when you have your equipment on, you're at a big disadvantage. With a helmet, you can grab helmet straps, you can grab the back of a helmet. You're at a huge disadvantage. You got all your equipment on,
heavy.
gun
Slow.
strapped to you, you can't move. You're at a huge disadvantage if it's like straight up grappling and you can't get to a weapon. Yeah, could happen. I bet you that's rare.
Even the most stripped down setup, you're going to be about 25 pounds at least heavier
of useless
walking
weight.
around of just
weight.
plates, your helmet, your weapon, whatever
Ammo.
other bullshit you're carrying. That's going to slow your movements are going to be so slow.
Huge disadvantage. You don't want to grapple with all your shit on ever.
No. Rule 1: call timeout and let the guy allow you to take off all your shit, and then say game on. Would you ever throw a knife? Would you ever be to the point where you're gonna throw the knife?
You would have to practice that so much. So in our class, we did some axe throwing. We did throwing with a hatchet.
Like the bar, like you go to the bar and it's an axe throwing bar.
So we had combat hatchet or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a distance thing. So you have to practice it to get it to rotate. I think it's like, I don't know, two rotations to then hit. You have to pace it. Well, it is because we did it.
Yeah.
So you have to measure it and you have to know your distance. So throwing a hatchet with the revolutions to hit someone is a distance thing. And it's also how far do you throw it and how many times does it rotate so the axe head hits you. So if a dude's closer or further away, you're not going to hit it on the right rotation, and you're not going to, oh, look, the axe stuck right in his chest. It's a distance thing based on rotation. So you got to throw at a certain speed to get the right. It's a distance thing that you have to practice. Same with a knife. Yeah. If a knife is going to rotate and you expect it, oh, look at the blade is going to rotate and hit me exactly and hit my enemy. Well, then you practice that based on your knife and the weight and the distance. What do you think your chances are of that actually working under duress?
But the hatchet, or what I like to call a tomahawk, I think the tomahawk's a great weapon for hand-to-hand combat. I'd rather have a tomahawk than a knife. I think heavy. If you had a, don't bring a knife to a tomahawk fight.
So
don't bring a knife to a tomahawk fight.
Good
you can't carry it around.
But however, so my instructor,
just saying,
because he's like our class. I take a knife class. They're all knife nut jobs. He has a little holster.
Really?
Yeah, where he has his hatchet that he like carries on his waistband. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, really? You need to walk around with a hatchet on your waist? You could.
Would he call it a tomahawk? Like, what's a different? A tomahawk has a pointed end on one end and a blade on the other. Is that a tomahawk, or is it just?
Couldn't tell you.
Or you just don't know. I
don't carry a hatchet, so I don't know.
I don't carry a tomahawk. Well, let's say tomahawk.
Is that Native American?
Cooler.
Is that Indian? A tomahawk?
I think so. Yeah. But let's use the word tomahawk because it sounds cooler. If you, for home defense, if you don't want to have a loaded pistol in your nightstand because you have kids or whatever, you're uncomfortable with that. I have a tomahawk in my nightstand. Just
that makes sense.
I have a tomahawk. That is my get from the bedroom to the gun safe and pull out my guns. That's my weapon, my traveling weapon.
Yeah, it's
dead. My temporary weapon.
Yeah, you're dead.
I'm not dead. I don't think you don't want to meet me in a dark alley with it.
If anyone like even started talking to you, they'd be like, "I'm out, dude. Like, I don't want to interact with this guy. Just start talking." And the dude's like, "I'm out. I can't do this."
If they break into my house, just start doing Trump. Hey, I've heard this is the worst house. Absolutely the worst house
They're
to break
like,
into.
"I'm out." They're like,
nothing in this house. It's a shithole.
"I'm out." They're like, "I'm not dealing with this dude." So I'm reading here, a tomahawk is considered a weapon.
This is the most war weaving. This might be the most war weaving
So a tomahawk is
a
weapon. A hatchet is a tool used to cut wood.
There's no distinction between the two. It's just the use.
That's what I'm reading right now. I'm researching.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm looking at a picture of some tomahawks, vice a hatchet. I think it's semantics.
Just saying, really? Huh.
Now you can order yourself. Oh, look at of course, all this shit, all these nut jobs. Buy your hatchet, buy your war tomahawk, and it's engraved, and it's
war tomahawk.
$100. Oh, dude, it's an industry.
You can use a tomahawk for a lot of things. If instead of a knife, I'd rather have a knife.
What's the difference with an axe? Hatchet,
I think
tomahawk,
an axe
or axe?
I think it's
bigger.
Axe is bigger. Yeah.
Or it could be bigger.
Yeah. Are we going to talk about anything of substance today?
Apparently we're not. Best tomahawks. our best tomahawks, dude. This is a subculture.
We're just making shit up. Look, things I wanted to talk about. Are we going to war with Venezuela? Yeah, it sounds like it.
That is the most ignorant thing I could think of, and shows you continuing failure of the Trump administration to do anything intelligent. Have they made any case to the American public that makes sense?
No, that's ridiculous. We don't need to do that anymore.
That is ridiculous. Yeah,
we don't need to make a case for anything anymore because nobody gives a shit.
You don't need to make a case.
Why do you actually have to make a case to indict Comey?
Yes.
No, you should. I thought that's what an indictment was, making a case against a person, but I guess not. Who knows?
This is nothing more than 6-year-old Trump with a wet diaper making unintelligent
You already used
policy.
that analogy. Now we got to come up with something else.
I'm going to keep using. Okay, he's a 5-year-old with a diarrhea blowout diaper. And then you got to go to the changing bag. We got to go to the bag.
The analogy.
Yeah, then you take the backpack with the full set of clothes. Like anyone who's a parent, you have a full change of clothes when the diarrhea blowout happens. That's what Trump is, walking around in a onesie with explosive diarrhea.
You can't just change the age of Trump.
Yeah,
and then change the content of the diaper.
War Week Friday. I can literally do anything.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
You come up with one.
Look,
you come up with one. It's so easy. You do
it. Okay. I'm not going to do it on the fly because it'll be stupid, but I will come up with and
that's different from every other podcast you've ever done.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Look, the things I want to talk about that we're clearly not going to talk about today is Russia using 20,000 North Korean workers to build Shahed drones. But this is something, we're not going to get to that, but let's get to this real quick. Let's just touch on this because this is something that is close to, close to me, I guess. Okay, so the title of this... Well, just when I travel, anybody that travels in Eastern Europe or Ukraine specifically, the miracle of Ukraine, in my opinion, during this war, there's a lot of miracles, but the miracle was that the train systems were still running, almost perfectly on time. You're not worried about getting blown up in a Ukrainian train until now. It seems like Russia is attacking the Ukrainian train system more frequently now. Here's a article from the War Zone, TWZ.com. Quote, Russia using long-range drones to attack Ukrainian trains. Official. I don't know what that means. End quote. So apparently they're using Shaheds now with night observation sensors to track trains and hit them while they're moving, which is that's going to be a big deal if you want to travel.
So now it's not really Shahed, it's the Jaren. So now those are some sort of control. Someone's controlling it now. Vice just launching it at a GPS location.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some sort of guidance is going on then.
Yeah. The Ukrainians still call it Shahed. They don't say Jared.
Okay.
They call them Shaheds.
There's a Jared 2, there's a Jared 3.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad news if you want to travel around Ukraine, because the comfortable thing, it's not necessarily comfortable, but you can get from point A to point B like so cheaply, so easily on trains. You can get almost all the way to the front lines on a train if you wanted to. But now it seems like all those train lines are going to be in jeopardy. So now you got to take a car. Know
what that tells me, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say this is the way ahead for Ukraine: deep strike capability. You need to hit Russia's manufacturing. You need to hit their rail lines, their rail stations, all their bridges. Ukraine suffers from lack of deep strike capability at scale. You can't do one-offs, dude. You got to hit 1,000 strategic targets every month.
It's unfortunate. Something else we're not going to get to today is this article, and I'll just read it from
Apparently we are getting to it.
Just real quick, from the Military Times.
Oh, these are usually good stuff. U.S. Military Times, it's usually good stuff.
Yeah. It says, VA staffer accused of blindly approving over 85,000 disability claims in the time period, end quote, in the time period of about 2 years. One VA staffer approved 85,000 disability claims.
When did you retire?
Just 2020, I think.
Oh, you're out before me. I got out summer of 2022.
It was right when COVID hit. I was out. So February 2020.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting, but I'm like, then everyone starts thinking like, shit, is that me? My stuff was.
You think they're going to go back and look at it?
Oh, of course they're going to go back and look at it.
Hold on, I'll find the dates. It's 2022 through 2024. So if you got approved for VA disability those 2 years, and you were on the East Coast, definitely in Philadelphia, you may have a letter in the mail that says,
So I got out.
Your rating went from 80 to 10.
I got out summer 2022. Then I got a certain rating, and then I got a higher rating fall of 2023. So this falls in this period. I think my stuff was processed
screwed
in Buffalo. All my communication came through Buffalo. And
I'm like, know that.
I got letters from Buffalo, but I don't know where Arizona processes their stuff. But I'm like, that's my time period. But I'm also like, it took me almost a year and a half, to get upgraded disability. I'm like, you guys didn't want to give me shit.
You
didn't want to give me anything. Maybe. Let's see.
You're going to have to get a real job. You're not going to be able to be a war blogging asshole anymore. You're
Possibly.
going to have to get a real job.
But there's one thing where I think when you hit age 55, I think I'm older than you, although you look like you're fucking 70. I'm older than you, so when you hit 55, they can't change your rating. That's like their rule. Like you hit 55, whatever rating you got. Yeah. But again, if it was fraudulent, they may be like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
You look like you're fucking 80.
What are you?
But you look good. You look like a good 80, like a strong 80, like Telly Savalas, like strong.
You know. I do hope they retract your rating. I hope your rating, whatever it is now.
What are you? You're like a 20%. You're a 10% probably.
I'm at 0. I'm not disabled at all.
You have no disability.
I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about my. I'm not. Oh,
your rating's a secret.
Yeah, that's a personal
you got
thing.
at least a personal. At least I got a hair transplant, bro. There's nothing we don't talk about. It's not personal.
Did the VA pay for that?
No, sadly, no. It's considered cosmetic. You got 10% for alopecia, though. I know you got 10% for alopecia.
I don't even know what that is, but
Balding.
Is it hair loss? Is that okay? I'm not going to talk about this, but I think that was a good story. It kind of dovetails with postal workers. This guy is basically the postal worker of the VA, just not really doing anything. And how dumb do you have to be to approve that? Nobody in their right mind is going to believe a government worker validly approved
Validated?
85,000 of validated. I don't know. Approved
Valid.
them.
Some word with valid in it.
They're valid.
So
yeah, these are valid improvements.
I got a rating. I'm disabled.
Don't say that. I'm going to edit that out.
Why?
You don't say that.
Why?
Because I'm not going to. I'm going to edit it out.
Because a deep dark secret.
You can't say what your rating is on the fucking air. Okay.
Who gives a shit? That's like saying what your salary is in the military.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's public knowledge.
Look, it's just one of those things you don't.
Okay,
do.
Boomer, go back and fight the Korean War.
Oh God, can we end this rambling
Please.
Friday war weaving?
Our traffickers would like that.
Oh, let's end it on some videos. I said we were going to talk about this video, and it's probably a longer discussion than we have time for.
What is it?
But
is it Trump babbling about something?
No. This is. Oh, I have to go back. The title of this is "The Phoenix Unit of Ukraine Claims One of Their Drone Pilots Eliminated 61 Russian soldiers in a single day." Look, I'm just going to let this go, and we can let it play. But tell me about
Is this a montage?
Tell me about the contrast. Yeah, it's just a bunch of drones people getting blown up with drones. But tell me how this contrasts against the world's best sniper.
I was going to say there is no sniper shooting 61 dudes in a day.
Ever.
Never happened.
Well, maybe ever, but
drones,
like in a year.
Drones are putting snipers out of business. Yeah. Drones are putting a lot of people out of business.
Yeah.
Look at those are professionally manufactured bombs they're dropping. They're not.
Well, they're 3D printed.
They're made in a factory. I mean, but they are quality, professionally engineered products, right?
Yes.
But they're professionally done. It's not like a hand grenade taped together.
No, it's not like an RPG 7 round.
Ooh, ATV. Ooh, that was bad, dude.
Yeah. But just think of this is what I thought of first when I heard of this and I read this and I saw this video. How many policemen are on your local police force?
40, 50, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, whatever.
Like a small town has like what, maybe 10 cops and sheriffs. Yeah,
it's a real small town.
And so some kid in his basement, 10 kilometers away from downtown
could whack you.
Could destroy your entire police station. That's what's going to happen when the balloon goes up. When everything hits the fan, you're going to have wackos sitting in their basement.
There's nowhere to hide.
Drones.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah. You're in a trench. Too bad. You're driving fast at night. Too bad. Who cares? You're in a bunker. I'm going to fly in your bunker.
You can't escape this. Just imagine, though, the chaos that this could cause in any American town or city, where a guy with 3D printed bomblets somehow get some explosive material, and they do it in Ukraine. We've talked about it on this podcast.
It's not hard.
They scavenge for RDX and other explosives, and then they use them in these 3D printed bombs.
You can make this with black powder. You can get this into America easily. You could go to Home Depot and Best Buy and get anything you need to start an insurgency. And also, like with this stuff here, just call it Amazon now, eBay, whatever. You could have a drone insurgency. Easy. That's
interesting that you talk about black powder or smokeless powder or whatever. Does black powder, like original black powder, is that more explosive than smokeless powder? Do you know for sure? I don't know. We could Google that.
I know a lot of pipe bombs are made with black powder.
So it might have more explosive capability. Anyways, yeah, that's interesting because you could 3D print your bombs in your basement. Anybody can get a 3D printer, and then anybody in America can get black powder, right? Because there's a lot of black powder enthusiasts.
Easily. Anyone who hand loads, you can just buy different kinds of powder. I used to hand load easily. Just go to the freaking store, dude. It's easy. Bass Pro Shop.
There's really no restrictions on why some wacko couldn't do this in any town in America.
Nope. I put out a little thing on LinkedIn. Not that anyone reads it, so it doesn't matter. Like about the shooting of Charlie Kirk or any shooting.
Mhm.
And I think some people think only a highly trained military expert could do this, i.e.,
Yeah.
as long as you get that one highly trained dude, now we're all safe again because we got the one
Yeah.
dude who could do this. And you're like, you couldn't be more wrong. Anyone could do this. Anyone can
Yeah.
figure this out. The dude next door to you, the dude walking by you in Walmart, anyone can do it. Same with drones. Anybody can figure
Mhm.
out and do a drone attack with a munition, FPV attack, anybody. It is so easily available. You're kidding yourself if you think your
Yeah.
teenage neighbor kids couldn't do this.
If
Yeah,
I
they
if
could.
I wanted theoretically, if I wanted to start a drone insurgency, I would start a business that does those drone displays, those drone synchronized drone displays over, for celebrations where they have 100 drones with LED lights on them, and they just fly in different patterns and make a dragon out there in the sky. I would run that business, and then I would be justified in having 300, 3,000 FPV drones in my basement. I'll be like, look, I'm
It's
a
my right.
licensed.
It's my right to
This
do
is
it.
my job. This is my job. I do these displays. What kind of chaos could you cause in any city in America with 300 FPV drones?
Significant. And you know what? And it's interesting as we
lot.
read about, these drones flying over different European countries, penetrating their border, hanging out their airports, shut
The
stuff
Munich
down.
airport was closed down yesterday, I think, or the day before, because of drones.
We have no defense.
Chicago
to it.
has drones.
We have no defense to
Yeah.
this. We have no
Yeah.
comprehensive solution to any of this.
Yeah.
And anyone could do it.
Yeah. Counter small drone is
way behind.
non-existent.
Yeah.
It's just not, it doesn't exist.
Yep.
We've talked about it. We've probably talked about it every single podcast for 172 podcasts. We've talked about the inability of anyone on this planet to stop the small UAS, the small drone.
Nothing.
Can't do it.
Ridiculous.
It's coming.
Hobbycopter.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The drones are falling, and there's nothing.
Ooh, nice analogy. Very good analogy. Very strong analogy.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I'm going to save this next video. This is about Chernobyl. And we'll talk about nuclear power plants. I think Monday, maybe Monday will be a nuclear power plant.
Yeah, I've been reading about that.
Because, drones scare me, but nuclear radiation probably scares me a lot worse because it could start in Chernobyl. As we saw in 1986, starts in Chernobyl and then it ends up in LA, ends up in your water. We are products. You and I both have mutated genes because of Chernobyl in 1986.
Likely. That's
Guaranteed
likely
you.
true.
100%.
True.
Okay, here's another video. Let's 2 more videos and then we'll end this weaving.
2 more.
War weaving. God. 2 more. Come on. We gotta talk about this. This is talking about drones. This is a Ukrainian Humvee getting hit by a Russian FPV drone. And I'll leave the sound on and let's just look at this because
no techno music, dude.
No, there's no techno music. This is the actual sounds, I think. If it's techno, I'll turn it off. But holy shit, the chaos. I mean, this is So there was techno music. Also, the artificial ringing of the ears in the video.
Is that armored? Is that an up armored Humvee?
I couldn't tell. I'm
gonna say yes. I'm gonna say it's up armored.
But that dude
was he crawling
on
the ground
fire
with his GoPro?
I think he stopped dropping and rolling in the
Stop
grass
dropping.
He was on fire.
Yeah, not the tall grass, dude. You don't do it in the tall, dry grass, bro. You go into dirt.
You take what you can get. You're on fire, man. He probably saw that and started to roll.
Okay, he's not on fire anymore.
Okay, yeah, because he rolled in the grass.
So that's an armored Humvee, gets hit, bail out, reassess the situation. Now, I would say this is, and this may be like a no shit statement, but maybe not so much. In an armored vehicle, you wear your body armor. You wear your helmets, you wear your protective clothing, all that stuff, because when that stuff hits and the shrapnel goes through it, it's going to hit you next. Like, don't think because you're in this armored vehicle, like, I'm okay.
Let's see. Sorry. It's not a Humvee. I mean, look at that. It might be a Kozak. It might
Some
be
type
a
of armored
MRAP.
truck.
It's an MRAP. It's not a Humvee. So the title was wrong. No way. The idiot Twitterverse.
So what, based on like you see in the front tire?
Yeah, that looks like a Kozak to me.
All right, so it's an armored vehicle, whatever. Humvee's just another version of it.
Yeah. But this is an MRAP, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in an MRAP if you get hit with an FPV drone.
So I think this is the right thing, and my whole thesis is moving forward with drones until, first of all, every single vehicle needs a counter drone device. Every single vehicle, every boat, every vehicle, every tank, every single unit of equipment needs its own singular defense against drones. If not, you're getting hit. The bubble concept doesn't work. Oh, I'll have a convoy of 5 vehicles. One vehicle will have the defense measures. No, dude, every single vehicle needs it. And that's the challenge. But I'm also like, now, do the armored truck and understand you're going to write it off. If you survived that and got out of it, write it off, because the tank's going to go down. The $20 million tank's getting whacked just like it. They're going to hit in the engine and blow it up. Do the cheapest vehicle you can come up with, armor it as much as you need to survive that, and understand you got to write it off.
Yeah, I think maybe the solution or the best practice at this point is going to be a drone detector. So it detects the command link.
And then what?
And a shotgun. Do with a shotgun on the roof.
Well, that's part of it. I'd say that's part of
your the shotgun.
Layered defense, because these guys got no one looking out for a drone. Who's your drone watch? It's like World War II, sitting on the back of a tank, and you're like, hey, you're looking up at the air, looking for a plane, dude.
Yeah.
But they're hard to see. They're tiny. They fly 10 feet off the ground.
Look, there's not a lot of, there's no good
We don't have defense to it. We don't have a defense to it.
There's no defense to this. Okay, let's wrap it up on this. Let's wrap it up on the 225th Assault Regiment striking a boat of Russians. You do not want to be on a boat. You don't want to be in a vehicle on the front lines. You definitely do not want to be in a boat rowing across a river.
A boat on the water is like a tank in the middle of a field. There's nowhere to hide.
It's like a tank, like on a hilltop. Like
there's no hiding. There's nowhere to go.
There's no hiding. They can see you with the naked eye, and then there's nowhere to go.
Out. There's no camouflaging yourself. I'm a floating pile of bushes. Like, what are you going to disguise yourself as?
Apparently, it's in the Sumi area.
That dude's flying low. That drone's flying low.
And he can. Why not? Boom! Oh, surprise.
Those are like,
surprise.
Did they have oars?
Yeah, they were rowing across that lake or river or whatever they were doing.
Wow.
And they're just like, you know what? We knew this was a bad idea when we started. And so
like, dude, like, really? You can't go at nighttime? Really? You got to go at lunchtime? Really?
Yeah.
You got to go at lunchtime.
They're not even surprised. They're just,
they're
paddling? Just like, yeah.
Dude, stop the techno, bro. I can't do that. Stop the 9-inch nails. Okay, I'm dating myself.
Again, I don't think that's technically technical.
Every single piece of equipment, including that boat, would need an effective piece of counter drone technology that quite possibly doesn't exist right now.
You didn't assign one guy in that boat with a shotgun and say your job is to look for and shoot drones coming.
I guarantee they don't have them. Not enough shotguns to go around. They would need like 100,000 shotguns on a battlefield.
There's not enough shotguns in the world to protect against a small drone. Maybe. Do we have 1 million shotguns in the United States?
1 million. We got fucking 10 million. What are you talking about?
Let's ask ChatGPT. I'm curious how many. Then we'll end. We will end this podcast.
You've been promising that for a while. 10 million. I'm going with 10 million, and that's a low number. That's a low number, dude.
According to ChatGPT, how many shotguns are in the United States of America?
At least.
According to ChatGPT, it doesn't break it out. Think there's 400 million guns, handguns, rifles, and shotguns. So more guns than there are humans in the United States.
That's part of our problem. This country's problem.
In between 2016 and 2020, 3 million shotguns were manufactured. Tens of millions.
Maybe it's tens of millions.
They believe it's tens of millions of shotguns.
For sure.
In the
That
US.
sounds right.
According to ChatGPT, which knows everything, perhaps 50 to 100 million shotguns.
That sounds wrong. That sounds right.
Okay. 100 million. That's one shotgun for every third man, woman, and child in the United States.
So the U.S. could survive an invasion
of drones.
Of drones. They're like, yeah, we could survive. If we got enough shotgun shells and bird shot, like, yeah, we'll be okay.
Yeah. We're gonna make it. We're gonna be okay, America. Just don't get rid of your shotguns. Okay, that was a rambling Trump speech of a podcast. We were all over the map, and that's exactly what we aim to do on War Week Friday.
It's intentional.
We're stable geniuses. We weave around, but we all
stable. We are
come back,
so stable.
But we tie it all together. Did you see that? I know I was gonna quit,
it all makes sense.
I'll just end on this. Did you see Trump is now canceling all the federal funding to the liberal cities? It canceled like $10 billion in a bridge project in New York, and it's just canceled $2 billion for Chicago. They found another way to cause pain.
What a disgrace! What a no talent ass clown!
Yes,
that anyone voted for this dude is beyond my comprehension. A petty 6-year-old with a fat, sloppy, leaking, wet diaper is making decisions for this country. Unbelievable.
A petty 4-year-old with a squirrel in his diaper. How about that?
Dude, did you just flip the script on my analogy?
I just changed the age,
bro.
And I changed what's in the diaper. So that's just our standard. A 79-year-old with a hamburger in his diaper. That's our standard go-to analogy from now on. Is we'll just change the age. We'll just change what's in his diaper.
Okay.
Is Trump 79? Trump is 79, right?
Looks like he's 99, but yeah, I think he's 79.
Man, that's old. He should not be president. He's 79.
Cognitive decline is horrendous.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to be president if you're a certain age. Just can we just make that a rule? What do you think?
Yeah, he's got
65. Let's just say 65.
His cognitive decline, he babbles, he's not able to be an effective leader. He couldn't, run a hot dog stand. It's like he's got a bag of overheated hot dogs in the front of his diaper. Whenever he's talking, you see what I did there? Whenever he goes on his rambling nonsense.
He's like a 50-year-old with a bunch of steamy hot dog in his diaper. Ronald, 70 years. You think that's hilarious? You're like
that is fucking hilarious.
Actually, they don't.
Oh,
they're like,
God.
That's not funny.
Oh.
None of this diaper monologue is funny, Dad. I get it.
Oh, God.
If for some odd reason you are still listening or watching
I don't know why
Flash
you would
Traffic
be.
podcast,
I have no idea why you would be.
You must love us. Just send us a check. Just send us a bunch of money.
Send us some money.
If you're watching this broadcast or listening to it to this point, after an hour and 5 minutes,
nonsense.
God help you. You're probably going to stalk us.
You're desperate.
You're
in a trailer park. You're in a trailer park down the road from my trailer park. You're still listening.
I just want you to know that I have a tomahawk and I know how to use it. So any of you.
I got this. You don't
stalkers.
want none of this, bro.
Oh,
I
wait,
watch.
do your hand exercise. Also,
I watch Steven Seagal movies, bro.
Do you have your hand donut? Show your hand donut as intimidation. Oh, Medvedev.
I will crush you like I crushed Medvedev's head.
This was an amazingly stupid podcast, and I apologize to anyone.
No, you don't. No, you don't. that's the real lie. No, you don't.
Okay, good chat. We'll talk about nuclear power plants on Monday.
What could go wrong?
Everything. Okay, bye-bye.
The Flash Traffic Podcast.